So let me ask you this. What happens when somebody downloads your guide on your website, your social, or maybe ads you're running? If your response is, well, they get the PDF, then you're making the number one mistake we see advisors making with their lead magnet. Because the truth is, the lead magnet is not the end, it's the start of a conversation. We want to make sure that over time you are building trust and adding value to make sure that you're getting more booked calls. So a simple fix for that is building out a full funnel. So rather than just getting an internal notification, they're gonna get an automated sequence, but that's custom and in your voice. Think less newslettery and more conversationally to ensure that they're getting to know you, how you can specifically help them, and using that trust language that resonates with them for that emotional connection. So they say, hey, that's me. I want to work with him or her. So I'm going to walk you through the exact steps that we built out for an advisor that's seen a high conversion rate, so you get a good idea of how custom we really can make this for you. Okay, so let's show you a real example of an advisor that specializes in working in the DEI space. When they submit a Facebook lead form, they are automatically added into this workflow that we created for them. Now, this is where most advisors stop. They get the internal notification, but then what happens once somebody gets an email saying, hey, John Smith downloaded your guide, or they clicked on your ad? Are you following up with them in a timely manner? And do the emails make sense? So the first email is really just the next step. Thank you for requesting, and moving on. The next email, we want to get a bit more specific. So let me show you how specific we're really getting in these. So for this one, we have how our firm helps investors like you align their investments with their values. So who we serve and how we help. But see how they're very specific? It's not very general. And then their key services they list out here. Now, we also want to have that emotional standpoint where people can say, hey, that's me. I want a stable retirement with investments that grow in a meaningful way, which is really important to folks that want the DEI investing. And then as we go on, we have the waiting periods we put in, we keep going. So it's not just one email. So let's look at the next one. So the real impact of investing without knowing what's in your portfolio. Wow, so that's doubling down on the emotion, okay? So for them, things that they might not realize they have in their portfolio, like polluting the environment, unfair labor practices, scoring poorly. And so why it matters for their retirement planning, and then we list it out there, and how they should schedule their portfolio alignment and moving forward. So we're continuing that emotional pull and real call to action. So meet the advisor who helps investors like you align their money with their values. So see how these emails are not very salesy. We didn't start email 1 and 2 saying, book a call. This is why you want to work with me. We first started off with what type of value are they going to get out of working with them? And so why does he do this work? And so we really list those out for him. The investors unknowingly support companies that don't align with their values. So that's a huge differentiator for the folks that are his ideal clients that he works with. And then for the last one, aligning your investments with your values starts with one step. So they can take the values discovery questionnaire to identify what matters most to them. Request a portfolio alignment check to get a clear picture of what your investments are supporting, and schedule a free consultation. Let's review your portfolio and discuss the best path forward. So you see how we very much customize this without it feeling like spam. And this is how you're going to truly be able to convert and taking people through a pipeline from that awareness when they first clicked on that ad or downloaded the guide to actually booking a meeting with you. He has a high conversion rate on this because we took the time to customize it for that ideal audience. And you can do it too. Reach out to us. We'd be happy to walk you through exactly the steps you need to do to create a funnel that is effective. So as you saw in that sequence, your emails need to sound like you. They don't need to sound like coming from Indigo or some canned content. It needs to be your real voice, because that's the trick to really getting them to understand who you are and your personality and the specific ways that you're going to improve whatever that their current need is. So whether it's long-term focused goals or it's a short-term need, we want to outline that as specifically as possible. And if you need help with doing that, please reach out to our team. It's something that we help you set up once, and it's very rinse and repeat and works over time to continue on your behalf, converting them and taking them through that pipeline so that you're not worried, hey, once they've downloaded this, but they don't book right away, sometimes it takes a little longer. And so when you're taking them through that, you're going to see a lot more book calls as a result. So if you want specialized help, please reach out to me, DM me, or our team. We would love to set up a time to chat.